Alright guys, in episode 2 of Ape's How-to series, we're going to restore the headlights on this 2006 GTO using the sandpaper method and buffer method. First step is to protect the paint and everything around the headlight. You don't want to get polishing compound or anything flung all over everything else just because it's a pain to remove. So get out your, I like to use some 1.5 inch wide 3M green tape, and I'll put 2 layers of it because you don't want to mess the paint up with the sandpaper, the buffer, or any of the other processes. Okay, so here's what we're going to use. We're going to start out with some 600 grit sandpaper, used with a little bit of water. We're going to sand the coating off, which I'll demonstrate. Then we'll step down to, or up to 3,000 and then to 2,000. Once we're done with that, we'll hit it with some polishing compound with the electric buffer and a wool pad, and then we'll polish it with a foam pad and some glaze polish. And then one last step at the end, but I'll wait till then to show you that. Okay, sorry guys, looks like I lost a little footage, so we'll pick it up here on the other side. We'll start this side off. As you can see, I've already sanded it just a little bit with some 600 grit, but we'll finish getting that going real quick. So what you want to do is kind of work nice long strokes. Don't really have to put a lot of pressure in it, but we're still trying to get that hazy, yellow, nasty gunk off the top of the lens. And so this one's actually sanding out pretty quick. What you really want to watch for is, as you're sanding that old lens, is that this residue right here that you see coming off, this one's pretty milky and white, so we're almost done with the 600. But you want to make sure, because that'll actually, when you first start, it'll be yellow. And so what you want to do is continue to wipe the lens off. This one actually looks pretty good, but we'll show you as a demonstration. So you hit it with a 600, and as you sand, you kind of get this residue. Well, as long as that residue is turned white, you can move on from the 600. But if you move on too quick, your results at the end won't be nearly as good. So you want to continue with the 600 until that residue is completely milky and white. Make sure you do a real good job around the edges, because again, the first step with 600 is the most important step. I'm pretty satisfied with that. It's already starting to look a lot better. It's not yellow anymore. It's already starting to got a nice clear tinge to it. So let me set it up with 1,000 grit and we'll come back. Okay, so more of the same. We just move up from the 600 to a piece of wet 1,000. I just fold it in half. Again, we keep everything nice and wet. You can have a spray bottle. I have a bucket here with a little bit of water, but this is just soapy water. And then again, we just do more of the same. All right. So your third step is sanding. This is 2,000. Sometimes you go 3,000, just depends on what you're looking for your final product. I usually stop at the 2,000 with the sandpaper and then switch to using the buffer with buffing compound. But this is just 2,000. It's literally more of the same. Get it in the water, get it good and wet. You want to make sure you... dipping, and there's just a little tiny bit of soap in my bucket of water here, and we're talking like a few drops for a gallon or two of water. Not a lot, just a little to add a little lubrication. Again, You want to kind of spend extra time along the edges. You don't want to skip those. If you skip them, the end product will definitely show that you didn't spend the time along the edges, because it won't be as shiny and clear as the middle of the lens. So take your time, do a good job. Okay, in this step, this is where we break out our electric buffer with a little wool pad on it. And I like to use this Ultimate Compound from Meguiar's, just what I have on the shelf, not sponsored, just seems to work pretty well. I just put a few drops on the pad and then just start working around and getting that polish to come back. So let's get after it. So in this final step of polishing and restoring this headlight, we're going to use some Meguiar's Mirror Glaze Ultra Finishing Polish with the foam pad on our buffer, and we'll see how it turns out. It's already looking almost brand new, but she really pops once you get the next step in. Final pass, hopefully. We'll see what she looks like. One more cleanup. I think I need to actually walk down to that far end and spend a little more time down there. look into the 3M Scotch Guard clear protection, headlight protection. You can buy it on Amazon, you can buy it on eBay. I haven't tried any other brands. There's definitely videos out there to show you how to install it. I may do one in the future. If you guys really want me to, I can show you how to put that coating on. There's actually a little bit of a, it's not really a tutorial in the part 3 of Ape How-To's where I use the dry 3M kit to restore some headlights on a 2005 Acura TL, just to kind of show you the difference. Let you make a choice for yourself which way you want to do it, if you want to do it the sandpaper wet method, or if you want to buy a $13 or $20 kit and do the same. I believe in the end you get a better finish with this, but that's just my opinion. Thanks again for watching Ape How-To's. Look for more in the future.